topic that we want to discuss now is the stream of consciousness technique. And the way stream of consciousness technique is used by Virginia Woolf in the novel To the Lighthouse. There. So first of all, I would like to ask you that how do you define stream of consciousness technique? What have you read from this slide?
Yes, Kavisha.
Stream of consciousness is a narrative technique that attempts to capture the actual way that our mind perceives the reality or the world around us. So, as if our mind is going in a particular stream, then another thought flashes in the mind, and it occupies the present flow of thought. And in the same way, the character's mind are perceiving that kind of thoughts, like in branchings it works. And so from one branch to another branch it goes, and this is what the stream of consciousness means.
Okay, overlapping of ideas, overlapping of thoughts from one to the another one, things keeps on linking with each other. And that is also how the consciousness streams through the things. Our consciousness never works on one thing at a time, but it keeps on shifting from on variety of things. Let your mind do whatever it wants to do, and observe the mental process, and see are your perceptions about the things, about ideas, what thoughts are coming, from where it is going. Consciously observe them. Suddenly some memories may come, some kind of expectations may arise somewhere your feelings of hatred, of love, of anxiety, of anger, things may come. Some random associations will start connecting one idea with another idea, and then after 30 minutes, if you can say from where you begin, you can observe that, and then what was the movement of your going here and there, and where have you reached. You may think of the amount of work that you have to do, what you will do tomorrow, what day after tomorrow, what you have done today, what yesterday, what after 5, anything that is going on. Just observe, but be with your mental process, and try to do that for 30 minutes. And if you want to share tomorrow, remind me before our class, and tell what happened, whether you are able to observe your stream of consciousness or not. Then perhaps this idea of random associations, that how one idea gets connected with another one thing with another one, and what is that link of association that suddenly you went from one to another one. What was that? That is very interesting to observe that. So, well, I leave it up to you to observe this today, all alone with yourself, not with the text, not with the people, not with any other things, just with yourself, your mind, your mental process, and you are the observer. So let us see if you come up with anything.
Something
Yes, yeah.
I wanted to share. Like Hina ma'am had few days ago, Hina ma'am had given us a task of how you have faced. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so Hina ma'am had given us a task that observe the what the society expects from you, and how you are not comfortable in the notions what society has decided for an individual to behave in a particular way for culturally or socially or something like that. So we have to reflect that our thoughts in form of stories. So when I was thinking for this activity, with like how to narrate my experience in a story form. So I came up across this stream of consciousness kind of thing, and I observed actually that how my thoughts were flowing. Like I was about to narrate a story which uh, I had faced during my initial years of higher education. Like the conscious. My consciousness was totally focused on how society has decided certain conventional, certain norms on which an individual should behave, and how I was unable to find it comfortable. And so for that, gone with I had gone back in my past, and in certain memories, like how I was differing when people were expecting from me to go opt for science and commerce in my 10th, after my 10th standard, and I went for arts in higher education. So this kind of memories appeared, and then from that my thoughts certainly jumped to the relatives which were forcing me to opt for science. And from there I literally had fought against their conventions. And then from there my thoughts jumped to my parents thinking, like they were somewhat supporting me in my idea, and from there their expectations begin, like what I will do further in my studies if I opt for arts and not for science. And from there my thinking jumped to this, like if I go for if I had gone for science, then I could become a doctor or an engineer, which society actually have this kind of idea that you should be a reputable, if you wanted a reputable job, then you can be like that. So this kind of memories were flowing, and suddenly this present moment came where I came into my reality that yes, now if now these ideas are to be framed in a certain kind of story. And suddenly this idea of a girl came into my mind, that I am a girl. If I were a boy, then I had to fulfill a certain other kind of desire, norms of society, that a boy should earn this much amount of money, and he should have certain kind of responsibilities of his parents after a certain age. And these are the expectations of a boy child from society. And then this random associations begin. I begin to understand that how my imagination is jumping from one another, and which has which doesn't have a particular connection to what I should think presently for writing reflective love or story.
Yeah, good. So that's a very good example, that mental process. And that's exactly what I was asking, that how you are with yourself. And like she gave an example of one idea, but that idea was controlling the entire process, and randomly she was associating with various things and memories and expectations and feelings, and conscious, half conscious thoughts are going on. Uh, 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 I still want one more thing, that it is not even controlled by any particular idea. It is not even controlled by any particular idea. Then what happens? You are thinking about one idea, and then you are seeing how randomly your thought process becomes moving here and there with in and around that idea. Now imagine there is not even that control, that think in this way. Then what happens? Even that is not controlling. Then also how it happens. So that also you can try it out, and let us know tomorrow if you can do this activity for 30-45 minutes, and can record kind of a thing there. But this was also a good example. So you have given very interesting example. When you deal with like your presentations, then what happens? When you deal with reading a literature, then also how these random associations keep on happening with you. When you are thinking about one particular idea, one concept, then how this all kinds of things happen there. So you find that stream of consciousness is something that is felt by everybody. We live with that idea, which is very near to us, kind of a thing that keeps on happening a lot. It's very a kind of a psychological truth about our existence that happens with each and every one or everybody there also. So in that way, when the narration happens in literature, there is not much of outside happening. We can understand now this, that it is not of something that is outside happenings are important, but what is important is what is happening inside the mind of the character. That becomes very significant here.